Earlier this year, colleagues from across DCHS and Derbyshire Healthcare took part in the Peak Challenge, where they trekked 13 or 26 miles across our beautiful Peak District. Today, two of the participants, Anita Kincade and Alison Delaney, are here to tell us about their experiences. Alison and Anita, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Maybe we'll start with Alison. Can you tell us a little bit about your role, Alison? What do you do?
I'm a deputy manager for hotel services, which involves managing domestic staff. We are based at the Hartington unit, a mental health site.
Okay. And Anita, welcome. What do you do?
I'm a senior administrator for Derby City, Rapid Response and the D2A teams, and I work from Florence Nightingale Hospital in Derby.
Okay, Anita, we'll continue with you. Can you tell us, how did you hear about the Peak Challenge and why did you decide you wanted to be involved?
I first heard about the Peak Challenge when it came through on the Trust comms. I just really wanted to challenge myself to see if I could actually do it, to be honest, and obviously to raise money as well, and also to meet other staff, because I feel like working in an admin role, I am office based. I don't always get to meet a lot of people, so that was another driver for me to want to do it.
Are you a walker generally?
Do you know, I used to be, before I had children. I did used to like to go walking in up Derbyshire, but since having children, it's quite difficult to get out and be able to walk quite long distances with the children.
Yeah, it's more of a challenge. And Alison, how did you hear about the challenge and what made you want to get involved?
I'm pretty much the same as Anita, really. I saw it on the Trust website and I just thought it was a great opportunity to get out there and meet other people. Again, with being an admin role, you don't tend to get out much and see many people. And it were really nice as well just to be able to see those people and share different things, not just about work, and talking personal stuff as well. So it was a really lovely time.
What kind of training or preparation did you do before the walk? Any?
A little bit. My children are older now. I've still got one at home, but he's older. But I like to get out at the weekend if I can with my husband. We go up to Longshore Estate quite a bit, which is up in that area where the work was. It was I would tend to do around about 6 or 7 miles per week on the walk, and ready to get ready for the actual walk.
Yeah. Did you do any training, Anita? Any prep? Or did the kids not let you?
I know, well, that's the thing with the children, because I've got a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. I did try and take them for a walk, and it got to the point where they just kept running off into the bushes and then coming back, and then you're just standing still, not really moving very far. So I did go for a couple of times with a friend, but only for just a couple of hours on an evening. But I have been going to the gym, and I did decide that maybe my tactic would be to up my classes at the gym for the stamina to be able to keep going. So that was the angle that I went for, but I didn't actually go on any really long walks, which did worry me beforehand, I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to guess that you didn't take the kids with you when you did the walk.
No, I did not, no.
Who did you walk with? Did you have colleagues that you started off with?
Yeah, I walked with a colleague, Nicola Petra. She's an ICTL. So I walked with her and we had a lovely day, actually. I felt like she was a good person to walk with because we managed to talk our way around the whole circuit. Some interesting topics came up, from weeds in the garden to just general life things. So we had very, very random chats.
Yeah. Did you do the 13 miles or the 26 miles?
I did 13, but what I will say is that if it does go ahead next year, I'd definitely be up for doing the 26.
Ah, well done. Brilliant.
You've got that on record as well now.
Yeah, we'll hold you to that. So you were chatting with a colleague, but did you get to meet other people when you're on the walk?
Yeah, so we did sort of veer off and go and chat with other people along the way. So that was nice, just to sort of mix in with other people. But it was just such a nice atmosphere on the day. I think everyone was just in really good spirits. So it was nice to sort of go off and chat to other different people.
Yeah, and you had a beautiful day for it as well. The pictures look
Did.
gorgeous.
It
Yeah.
was such good weather, because I was worried, because it did say, like, it gave us a massive list of what we needed to take for kit purposes, and I think there was waterproofs in there, and I didn't have any waterproof, so I was really hoping that I'll either have to order them off Amazon the night before or just hope for good weather. So but it was a lovely sunny day.
Alison, did you do the 13 miles or the 26 miles?
I did the 13 miles as well. I was
Would you-
tempted with the 26. I was tempted, I must say, because I have done lots of events in the past, mainly running. But because I'd not been active for such a while, I thought, oh, I'll just do the 13, take my time and enjoy it. So yeah.
And did you start out walking with any friends or colleagues?
Yes, I started walking out with a very good friend and colleague, Lisa. We'd arranged it a couple of months beforehand. We had a little bit of joke about going for walkies. And yeah, it was a really good day. It was nice to meet. There was only a very small group on ours. There was only, I think, 6 of us. But it was nice. We'd got that little bit of time in between breaks, walking, to talk to each other about what we're doing as personal life, what we do at work, and how nice it was to be out there and just be ourselves.
Yeah,
So yeah, it
yeah.
was really good.
Were there any challenges throughout the day as you were walking? Did you hit any tough parts?
The first part of the trek was really uphill for a
Yeah.
long time, which we wasn't kind of prepared for. I mean, I'm used to walking in the Peak District, but yeah, that was quite a big hill. It kept saying, "Yep, we're nearly there. We're nearly there." And it felt like, well, where is the end of this? And then we'd flat out for a little bit, and then it'd be uphill again. But we knew was going, as we kept going up, we had to come down at some point. So that kept us going. So yeah.
Yeah. What was, if you had to pick one highlight from the day, what would it
Oh, and
be?
highlight. Oh, there were so many, to be honest. My colleague, actually, as we were walking through one of the fields, it's a bit embarrassing for herself, really. But there's quite a few little cow pats around. One of them looked particularly dry, but it turns out it wasn't. Bless her. She nearly ended up on her backside.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it was just a few splashes up the legs, and it certainly made people giggle a little bit.
Sounds like it would have been really good for just morale and bonding with some of your colleagues.
Yes, it was. It was a really good time. And like I say, meeting the new people as well. You don't realise what some people go through in everyday to life as well. And for
Yeah.
everybody's well-being, it was a really good day, a really good event. And the walking team, the guides who went round with us, they were really good as well.
Yeah. Anita, for you, were there any challenges on the day, and what were your highlights?
I have to admit, I was actually really nervous before actually going into the walk, because when we initially signed up for it, we had like a welcome pack, and I just remember in massive letters on the front of it, it said like difficulty tough in these big letters, and it actually frightened me a little bit. I thought, I don't know what I've let myself in for, and I thought, are we going to get there? We're going to arrive, and everyone looks like they're, really sporty, and am I going to look out of place? And so I actually beforehand was quite nervous about it. So but like Alison said, I think the main challenges were the hills, and I think because it was hot as well, you're going uphill and you're very hot, and actually coming down the hills were quite tricky as well on the knees. So that would be the main difficulty for me, I think.
And in terms of the highlights?
the highlights, I just think it was such a lovely day. I came back absolutely buzzing, for a couple of days actually. It was brilliant. The atmosphere was great amongst all the group, and the dynamic was great, and also the team that organised it were brilliant. They were lovely and friendly, and it was just so well organised, even down to like all the snacks and things like that. Because we were expecting, it said like a packed lunch was provided. I thought, oh, it's going to be a basic sandwich, so I'm going to take loads of snacks. And actually, there was that much choice of snacks each time we stopped. Yeah, it was brilliant. I don't think I stopped eating.
Oh, what did they provide? Tell us about the snacks.
I think the first bit was tricky because I think we had about 2 hours when we first started. It was just constant walking. Then we had a break, and there was this table laid out with lots of different fruit, cereal bars, chocolate bars, different bags of crisps. And then they got a load of Greggs bags out, and there was lots of different sandwiches from Greggs and big boxes of sausage rolls. So we got told to take what we wanted for lunch, and we put it in our bags, and then we had another walk and then sat up on a hill and ate that. So I think we stopped about 4 times, but every time we stopped, the table with all the snacks and drinks was all out. You could just help yourself. So I didn't really eat my own snacks.
That sounds fantastic. You're making me want to sign up for next year. So, Anita, you've already mentioned that you were buzzing for a few days afterwards. Alison, did you feel like the walk, the challenge had a long-term impact on you?
Oh, definitely. In fact, I've been looking for different events since then, just to try and encourage people as well, because like I said, it was just so nice. Seeing everybody, the weather, the actual walk, the scenery, the food was incredible. I definitely agree with that one. And yeah, it was just really good. For a good few days afterwards, we were still talking about it, telling people about it, and hoping that next year they'll do the same thing again. So yeah, really good.
So, Anita, you've already committed to doing 26 miles next year if they run it again. We've got you on record.
Yeah,
if anybody is listening and maybe feeling a bit apprehensive, and as you did before because you weren't able to train much with kids, what would you tell people about the challenge to encourage them to do it?
What I would say is that if you think you can't do it, you can, but also what we didn't realise, because we did go in there thinking it was going to be really, really hard, is that they did tell us that they got a car that can pick you up at any point if you're struggling and drop you off at another point later on in the route. So if you do feel like you may not be able to do it, there is support there to help you if you need it.
Fantastic. Thank you both. You've really inspired me, actually. So I'm sure other people will be inspired listening to you talk. It sounds like a wonderful day. So thank you for coming on and sharing your experiences.
Thank you
For having us.